I mean, I can
We have
play
an
the
appearance.
intro.
Oh, play the intro. Yeah. We have an
All right.
appearance
Here's,
coming up soon. So
okay.
I have to do a thing.
And I'm following you right away because this was so much fun. You guys are awesome.
And begin.
All right. I'm ready to hear the story, Lewis.
You
Yeah.
ready to hear the story?
Yeah, I'm ready to hear the
Wow.
story about the back.
All right, this is not the back. All right. Ho. The Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. Yeah, I'm the man of the hour. This right here is the geek layer. This is where the magic happens. This is where the ball starts rolling. This is where space is the place and sky is the limit. This is where the magic happens for the Angry Geek Show Network. When my wife and I bought our house, we actually had to buy a house with a 5th bedroom for all my toys, comics, and collectibles. What you see in the back is not a green screen. This is only one part of it. It goes all the way around, and unfortunately for me, and I say this, or rather I should say unfortunately for my wife, it's going into the hallway now where the original artwork is. I can give you a really quick tour, and the fans of the Gamer's Den, I can give you a quick tour of the Geek Layer. I can take the camera and I can do a little 360 if you want me to.
Sure. I mean, I'm enjoying seeing Stormbreaker back there.
I got Monier over here with Wolverine's claws, with Cap Shield, with the Punisher version of the Iron Man helmet. But I do have about, I'm going to say 150 comic books that I have to catalog, bag, and board, and put in a box. A couple Marvel Legends I got to put away over here. I got some DC McFarlane figures I have to put away. Now, you know a spinner rack? Remember when you were a kid and you used to go into the 5-in? I got a spinner rack over in a corner over here. Yeah. So I'm going to scoot off over in the camera and I'm going to spin this around. It is a little mess because I got the lights on because I just got through filming with Quinderella, the Angry Geek Show for Pod TV this a little while ago. But so just bear in mind.
But before you go though, Lewis, I'm a little sad. You got Macho Man Randy Savage way in the corner.
Well, no. You see. Wait a minute. Because I got the wrestling figures in the bedroom.
Okay.
You see, like I said, I feel bad for my wife, but I've got the original LJN Macho Man Randy Savage over here on the ground. Plus, I got some other thing. But if you're a Macho Man Randy Savage fan, I got something very special to show you.
A Slim Jim? Please be a Slim Jim.
No, I got right here the commemorative Macho Man Randy Savage Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship belt. There's only 1,000 of these made. And my son bought me one for Christmas, and I happen to have one. There is an actual belt in here. And I can bust it out for you and show this for you.
No. We can't dust up the belt. We can't dust up the belt.
Oh, it's funny that you say that because being the #1 public access show right here in Western Massachusetts, the Angry Geeks, we do have our own championship belt because we are #1. We're the champion. Like I said, we are the Tower of Power, too sweet to be shower. And it even has the Angry Geeks right on the belt. All right. And that's why we join you on Pod TV, because nothing but the best. The best there is, the best there was, the best that there ever will be.
Where did you get the belt, though? I've got to find one now.
See, everybody got bite me now. I turn around, all these other people have a belt. Everyone wants a belt now. I mean, now let me tell you.
We can trade. I can give you a Battlefield 2.
I don't want Battlefield 2. Now, I'm going to tell you, this belt was also blessed by the man himself, Braun Strowman. Blessed by the man himself, Adam Cole, baby. Boom. Blessed by Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And blessed by Ruby Soho. Now, what I mean by blessed, there is a tradition where when you're going to do the honors for someone, a legend would come over. Oh, yeah, and by the way, also the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, the Honky Tonk Man, also blessed his. Blessing would be you would present them with the belt, and they would take their hand and put it on the belt and bless it for you.
Gotcha.
So the last time I worked with the Honky Tonk Man, which was Rhode Island Comic Con last year, 2021, Wonder Woman and I were on stage with the Honky Tonk Man, but we worked with him a couple times, and I had the belt. Honky Tonk Man came over and blessed the belt. Same time, Braun Strowman also blessed the belt. And I was backstage with Adam Cole, Britt Baker, and Ruby Soho, and they also blessed the belt as well, because that's when the belt was debuted last year. I got this belt. The belt was custom made off of Etsy.
Okay.
And
I mean, you can get anything on Etsy right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But this is, acknowledge me.
That is awesome.
Acknowledge me. There is a picture. If you go to my Facebook page where I have actually this and the Macho Man belt holding it up, and I call myself Lewis Two Belts.
Lewis Two Belts?
Yeah, if you go to my Facebook page, you can share that for your...
Now. I'm bringing it up now.
Not the Angry Geek Show page, my personal Facebook page. You'll see it. Because my wife does make me Randy Savage jackets, actually.
Okay, Lewis, what's the last name? We're going to find
Perry, Perry. All right,
let's see if we can find Lewis. I want to see this belt. Uh-oh.
You got it?
Well, we see you right there with the Green Arrow shirt on. Throwback Green Arrow. There you go.
There it is. That's the belt. Now, that Macho Man belt is in that case that I just held up for you. Now, that right there belt, that jacket my wife made. She made that jacket with all the fringe and everything, and the cowboy hat as well. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I also got the Macho USA jacket. She didn't make that one, but she helped. I got the white jacket. We're working on a red, black, and yellow jacket now.
Okay, red, black, and yellow. Are you?
Yeah, the red, black, and kind of like the Slim Jim jacket, but different.
Yeah. Now my big question is, and this is a big, this is a tough one. This is a tough one.
This is a tough one. Don't put me under the gun so quickly, man.
We're having fun right now because we're talking about wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about fun.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Mm-hmm. Cream of the crop.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka on the other end. Who's winning?
Oh, Savage all day long. Savage is the GOAT, man. Savage is the greatest of all time, you see. Because you know how many pairs of Macho Man glasses I have? If my earbuds were working, I was planning on wearing one of my... I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different cowboy hats. When I turn around, I'll show you. Many different Macho Man sunglasses, plus bandanas. I mean, I got bandanas everywhere. And yeah, there's a couple videos of me like lip syncing Macho Man interviews and everything. So,
I mean, Macho Man had the voice. The only other person I will say, well, there are a couple. You have to give it to The Rock. The Rock, when he came on, he had that stage presence that was similar to Macho Man, because Macho Man just could take the camera. He was the dude. Nice. But the other individual, well, Mankind was good.
He's a great interview. Not to cut
Yeah.
you off.
But
Mick
he
Foley
seems
is
like just a very kind, down to earth guy that you would like to really just talk with.
he is. He is. We interviewed him a few times, and Mick Foley, I mean, he was just a dear. I mean, my daughter was running our camera, and he was like so cool with her too. And Mick is just an awesome dude. Just an awesome dude.
The only other guy though, and sadly he passed away, was I forget his actual name, but he played two characters, and my favorite still will always be Razor Ramon.
Oh, Scott Hall.
Yes.
Yeah. Scott was cool. I met Scott shortly before I started training. And my oldest daughter, he signed her t-shirt.
Okay.
And she has an original Razor Ramon t-shirt, purple. And she still has it. We still have it to this day somewhere in here. And he signed it, Razor Ramon. Yeah, cool guy. It's a shame that he passed away.
Yeah. But I just loved his character. He was he was hilarious. I mean, because you could tell his accent, he was struggling so hard to get that accent so perfect. Razor Ramon.
Yeah, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Óyeme, chica.
It was just so bad. So good.
Yo. Take a look
at the bad guy. Goldberg would have had a personality and could do an interview like Razor Ramon, Macho Man, even the Ultimate Warrior at times.
Hey! Now, don't get too ahead of yourself. The Warrior, he's here with me. He's here.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
The Ultimate Warrior was my man.
He was the Warrior. I have so many copies of his comic book, even though there's like 6 different issues. Mm-hmm. Like he had like 6 issues, but the number 1 issue, I have like 8 of them. And number 2, oh yeah, his comic book. I mean, it was so in depth and philosophical. I absolutely loved it. Issue 1, 2, and 3 was just like phenomenal. And then Jim Callahan, when he left the book, the artwork in the 4th book went like wonky and the story didn't make any sense. So I was kind of like, it left you hanging. I was like, I want more of this stuff. And Warrior just lost their way with the story and the artwork. But the first few issues of that book was just phenomenal. And yeah, it was just great. Just great stuff, man. If you can find some of those early books, those first 4, unbelievable stuff. I recommend you reading it. It's really cool.
I'm gonna have to definitely
really cool stuff, man.
Because like, I mean, I enjoyed the Ultimate Warrior when he first hit the scene, and he was just wild. He had so much.
You know, he was a bad guy. He was a heel when he first. When he first came into the scene when he first came into the scene, he was with Sting as part of one of the Blade Runners. His name, he was the original Rock. He was Rock. Sting was always Sting. They were the Blade Runners. He was the Rock. He was Rock. He left being the Rock. Then he became the Dingo Warrior when he went to WCCW and he started working with the Von Erichs. When he left WCCW and then came to New York, which was the WWF.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon had told him, okay, you know, you just go on the camera to say you're just going to be the Warrior. That's what you're going to be. And he was like, I'm not the Dingo Warrior. I'm not the Warrior. I am the Ultimate Warrior. And that's how the Ultimate Warrior name was made. Right there, yeah, which was really, really cool.
Interesting. I did not know that.
I'm a student of the game.
Are you keeping up with the what's going on lately?
Yeah. I am. I am. That's why I said acknowledge me. I have to with Faces and Heels. Faces and Heels, I do that every Tuesday night live on Facebook. I'm trying to get Faces and Heels. I got to give it to Mark to get that on Pod TV, which we are right now. Faces and Heels podcast is hosted by Jack Purcell from Marvel and DC Comics. Jack is an artist and inker. He's also a writer, a self-published writer, Malice and Mistletoe, a new wrestling project that he's working on, and another novel that he's working on called A Like, which is everything he likes, wrestling, aliens, and it's going to be a comic. Jack also does a lot of merchandise for independent wrestlers. So every Tuesday night, Jack and I have a lot of independent wrestlers right here in New England, because we're based out of New England. We have a plethora of talent. I mean, WWE is right in our backyard. Okay, they're down in Stamford, Connecticut. We're in Western Mass. We have so many indie talent and indie promotions in our area that all come to us. So week after week, we have the stuff on our show. I mean, on Jack's show. So it's just insane. We had Ashley Vox on just a couple weeks ago. We had O'Shea Edwards on the Monster Kaiju just last week, which was just incredible. I got a sizzle reel that I put together.
I need to send you my good buddy to be on that as well.
Please.
She is Camilla Kane.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, send her over. Yeah, please.
Yeah, she's a great buddy. Known her for how long now? Wow, a very long time. About 8 years before she became Camilla Kane. Because I remember she played softball in college, went to Campbell University, worked with me for a little while, then went off, left out, went to Florida and a couple other places, made it in the small wrestling, the very local circuits here and there. And now, I forget where Camilla is part of now, or what.
Probably WOW. Women of Wrestling, and we have.
I wonder.
Yeah, it could be WOW.
How it's spelled? I don't. No. Let me see. So this is what she put up as, she's now a realtor as well.
Okay.
The wrestling realtor.
Yeah, send her over. Well, like I said, I'm trying to put a sizzle reel together for Mark because he's interested in Faces and Heels. So I want to get that over.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull. I'm gonna definitely send her over. She's really nice, great people. And like I said, we talked about wrestling for hours on end. She actually married another wrestler. I forget.
Really?
Yeah, because they just got married earlier this year, as a matter of fact. It's AEW. That's what she's with.
She's okay. Yeah, definitely, because we talk about AEW all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we talk about AEW all the time. So for sure.
Yeah, I'll definitely send her your way because she is. I think she actually holds a title in AEW.
AEW right now, the heavyweight the women's champion right now is Toni Storm, and the women's tag team champions are right there. Toni Storm is. I don't know if they have tag team champions right now for women's.
But yeah, there she is, right there.
Toni, can you put that up?
Champion.
Oh, NWA, not AEW.
Well, AEW news, NWA, yeah, NWA's
Yeah.
new champion, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Please send her over our way.
Yep, and there she goes. Look at her.
I'm Camille, the Brick House.
Definitely send her our way, please. I would Jack would gravely appreciate. You might even get yourself some artwork headed your way for that. Jack is a nice guy. Jack Purcell worked on for Marvel and Disney. He worked on X-Men.
Oh wow, okay.
For DC, he worked on Green Arrow. He worked on Batman. He worked on the Justice League. For Marvel, he worked on the Avengers as well. So yeah, Jack is something else.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, so getting back, since we're in the comic book area now. Well, before we got to see the room around. All
right. I'll show you the room now. Mind you, some of this is a mess. So
don't worry, mine is a mess too.
Oh no, I mean I got stuff, so I'll go nice and slow here. Oh, are we there?
Oh, the video's gone.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Video's back. There's the
wrong camera.
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
All right.
Look at there. Are you gonna get the new Punisher? You gonna get the new Punisher shirt?
No, I don't like the new symbol.
I don't either. They didn't need to throw horns on there. Why they did that? I don't get it.
Because it's just too political right now.
Oh, yeah, good point. Look at that.
Stuff behind stuff.
Look at that.
Aquaman trident right there.
Yeah. So you know what you got to get into now as well? You got to start throwing in anime stuff.
Well, there's some stuff over there.
Okay.
Then I got, artists sending me stuff. Yeah, I mean, there is.
Yeah, you got stuff on stuff on stuff. That is, I'm jealous. I am so jealous.
And I mean, some of the stuff is from when I was a kid, and this is not all of it. I got stuff in the attic. Yeah. And I got more wrestling stuff down over there. I don't know if you can see it.
Is that the one with the is that Macho Man with the bendable legs where it had the 2 dots on the back and it's metal, it's in the leg?
Yep.
I remember.
That is the LJN Macho Man right there.
I remember those.
The LJN Macho Man.
See, I'm jealous of that. I am jealous of all that.
And that actually, there's more too that goes that way. I just didn't show you.
So who's your favorite? So Macho Man's your favorite wrestler.
Yep.
Favorite comic book character.
Ooh, favorite comic book character is Superman. Superman, yes, is because of his ideals. Okay. Because he's a symbol of hope. If you go back and look at any tragedy that happened, there you can always see someone, whether it be a child or an adult, wearing a Superman T-shirt. Go to any sporting event. You look at everywhere you go, you will see someone wearing a Superman t-shirt
Okay.
because that symbol will always make someone smile. Superman is the symbol of good, not just hope. And he's someone who we all should aspire to be. So Superman is and always will be my favorite. Christopher Reeve played Superman to the point of perfection. So he is and always will be my favorite. Henry Cavill
Okay.
is Superman for today. I don't see anyone else filling Christopher Reeve's shoes on the big screen except for Henry. But Superman is my favorite.
Well, why not Batman?
Because Batman's very cliche, and everyone, I'm Batman's biggest fan. Okay, can you name 3 Batman villains that is not in any video game or comic book? No, then you're not Batman's biggest fan.
Okay.
Okay, if you can name 3 Batman characters that is not that Batman villains that are not in any video game or movie, then you prove to me that you're a Batman character, a Batman fan, or a huge Batman fan. If you can't do that, don't bother. And I do that quite a bit while I'm on stage at a comic book convention. Very, very often I do that, especially when we do Angry Geeks live. And people are often like, whoa, they get taken back. So it's like, no, sit down.
So
Sit right down.
So it looks like you're a DC man over a Marvel man?
Kind of, yeah. But I love Marvel. I mean, Marvel is right up there. I do collect Marvel comics as well. I'm actually I soured on Marvel due to a personal reason for a while. But I am rebuilding my Marvel collection comics, especially my classic run of X-Men. I am rebuilding.
There's only one classic run that you really gotta make sure you have, which is the greatest.
Oh, that is the Byrne Claremont. Yeah, for sure.
Greatest story arc ever Marvel did.
Oh, are you talking about the Dark Phoenix, or are you talking about the Mutant Massacre?
No, the Dark Phoenix saga was the greatest.
Oh, okay.
Because
fair enough. Yes.
Favorite, just because.
Really?
Yes. Jean Grey, and the whole Phoenix saga. I don't know why they tried to throw in the whole Omega level mutant and all this other extra stuff years later, but the only one to rival Galactus when it was there, she had to kill herself. Because she was about to kill Professor X.
Yeah. Yep. The Dark Phoenix saga was absolutely fantastic, but the next story, X story, that I fell in love with was the Mutant Massacre. That story, I fell in love with that because it fit the time that I was growing up with in the 80s, where racism was coming to kind of an end, and people were like, no, you can't do that anymore. And the story just hit home, where there was people sympathizing for the mutants, and you had actual mutants hunting their own kind. And it was like, why are you guys doing that? And the story was so compelling. And I love, plus the covers were just amazing. And then the crossover with the other heroes. I mean, with Daredevil. And then you had what happened to Angel when they took away his powers. And of course, Storm already lost her powers because they had Forge making the weapon to take away their powers. It was just such a great story. The Mutant Massacre was just unbelievable. It was just so good. And then Scott Summers having to leave the X-Men, and Storm beat him in the battle in the Danger Room without her powers. I mean, come on. And Storm trying to find herself by leading the Morlocks, dressing as a punk rocker too. It was just beautiful storytelling.
There was some great, honestly, there was that, plus when, who was it? Warren Ellis, when he took over and started writing the Fantastic Four, that was another one that got me, because the way he told the story with the Fantastic Four, I mean, he interwove, their emotions. He really, for me, he brought to life the Fantastic Four. I mean, they were, when you read it, or when I read it, because coming off of the Dark Phoenix saga, going into, a bunch of other stuff, but there was something about what Warren Ellis did when he was writing the Fantastic Four that just spoke to me, just how you're talking about the Mutant Massacre. I wish the House of M was similar, but
oh my God, the House of M, it was like, oh my God, please stop. Everyone tried, since Claremont stopped.
Yeah.
Everyone tries to write like him, but they can't.
Yeah.
Everyone, I mean, he was so in tune with the characters. Some may say he thought those characters were his. He treated those characters, all the X characters, the ones that he invented, he treated them like children. And he was so in tune with them. He knew what each of those characters would do. Wolverine, he knew how Wolverine thought. He knew what Wolverine would do. Frank Miller, he had the perfect Wolverine story and the original Wolverine 4-issue limited series. Wow, blows you away. Okay, not really too much a fan of Miller's artwork because some of the covers were kind of wonky, but the story blew you away. Claremont knew how to write Wolvie. He knew how to write Scott Summers. He knew how to make him a dick. He knew how to make Storm this beautiful, majestic woman that can lead you to the gates of hell and bring you out alive. He knew just what to do to tug at your heartstrings and make you care about these characters, make you care about this book that was going to get canceled and say, no, we're not going to cancel, and give it one of the most successful runs in history. After that, everyone else is trying to be like that, and they can't. They even took some of his work when they did X3 and tried to do it, and they failed. Because Bryan Singer tried to do it. Oh, we're going to do Chris Claremont. And it was horrible.
That was the
because
worst.
they tried to be, because they tried to be Claremont and they just can't do it.
And the thing, actually, since we're on the worst movie I consider ever, in X3, because I feel so burned by that movie because they set up. So X1 I thought was okay. They told a story. I didn't like the fact of how they introduced a lot of the characters, and Rogue seemed really, I don't know, something.
Rogue was Kitty Pryde.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Rogue was Kitty, plain and simple.
So X1 was okay, but X2 I thought was good, and they had actually laid the groundwork to actually really do the whole Phoenix. And then you come into X3, which made absolutely no sense. And they tried the whole killing of Scott Summers at the beginning. Then, now she's just going to go on this rampage of killing this person and that person. She didn't care about outer space at all. Well, that's freaking where the whole thing
happened. Yes, I know. And then she ends up on the bottom of the lake. It was just, X2. First, they got Wolverine's hair perfect. Okay, I mean, it was X2 was a thing of beauty. They did everything correct except for Colossus. I think Colossus in Deadpool is spot on.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, he's the Colossus in Deadpool is dead on. Juggernaut in Deadpool, spot on.
Mhm.
Okay, I love I love Vinny
I'm the Juggernaut.
the death. Yeah, I love Vinny to death, but no, you're not the Juggernaut. Sorry, no. Sorry, Vinny, I love you, but no, you're not the Juggernaut. But maybe it was just they didn't have the technology
Yeah.
for that.
Well, even at
But
the end,
X3,
that
Uh-huh.
tease, the tease they did at the end when they had the drone shot going over the lake, that was even perfect because when the dam broke, you have Jean Grey stuck, and now you have the tease of the Phoenix coming out of the bottom, and it goes black, and now you got the screen rolling.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but then after that, every move except for First Class, beautiful. Days of Future Past, I loved that as well. But because it was nostalgic and it was great to see Hugh Jackman. Okay, so First Class, I give that it was great. Days of Future Past, it was great. But the rest of the X movies, like, what the hell am I watching? And I really don't want to talk about Apocalypse because I'm like, oh my god, you had a guy that was 5'2". It was supposed to be 18 feet tall. What the hell are you doing? It's just awful.
And the way he even, I mean, his costume, I mean,
It was horrible.
They could have gotten somebody from one of the cons to do the whole cosplay outfit.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, I mean, that wasn't too far away from Deadpool. They could have CGI'd the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right? I mean, they did Kilowog in the Lantern, and he came out perfect. Why not? Come on.
It was horrible.
It was brutal. It was brutal. It was brutal to watch.
With freaking Phoenix, they destroyed. They did not need Sansa to play Phoenix. Sansa is not Phoenix.
No. It was just you looked at it and you were like,
Yeah.
You know, it was just no. It was horrible. New Mutants. Did you see that?
I haven't seen New Mutants yet.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, but it was already on HBO Max, and I watched it. And at first, now remember, the New Mutants was delayed. You weren't sure if it was going to be a horror movie. You weren't sure if it was going to be this. You weren't sure if it's going to be that. When I watched it, it was on HBO Max. I enjoyed it. Not to not follow the comics whatsoever, but it was great. I liked it. It was very entertaining.
I mean, I plan on sitting down and watching it. I mean, I've been catching up on a whole bunch of other stuff, but yeah, that's one of the ones that's on my list because I know it's coming to Disney Plus, and they're supposed to add some extra features in there.
Well, I'll rewatch it. I'll rewatch it because they never mention any of the kids by name, but I'm sitting there, Cannibal, Magic. Yeah, Magic does say her name. She does mention who her brother is. Wolfsbane. You mentioned Wolfsbane, and it is cool. It is super cool.
Okay,
when you can see their names.
That was definitely on my list. But there's just in terms of shows, there's just so much so many shows out right now. So many shows.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a geek. And pardon the pun, pardon the selfless promo. It's just an awesome time to be a fan.
It is.
It is. It's really a great time to be a fan.
Although I wish DC could do better on their movies. If they could do better, they do great on their cartoons. Batman Samurai was one of the best cartoons I've ever seen.
No.
I'm a big anime fan, so
I'll tell you
what I loved.
I'll tell you, Wonder Woman, fantastic. Aquaman, fantastic. Shazam, I loved it. Only they should have called him Captain Marvel. I don't care about any lawsuits. They should have called him Captain Marvel. I cannot wait for Fury of the Gods. Now, Wonder Woman 84. People complained about it. But now let me ask you this. Did you see it in the theater or did you see it on television?
I saw it at home.
Okay, that's the problem.
Well, for me, so the story is what hurt me in the show.
Okay, see, that's the thing. I went to the theater on opening day. I saw Wonder Woman 84 in the theater. I absolutely fell in love with it. I loved it. That Wonder Woman, Jamie, one of the Angry Geeks cast members, obviously, she's a cosplayer. She cosplays as Wonder Woman. She loves Wonder Woman. We all know who she is. She didn't like it. She watched it at home. She watched it at home twice on HBO Max, did not like it, did not appreciate it because she watched it at home. Everyone who watched it in the theater liked it. Those who watched it at home didn't like it.
So
that's how I'm seeing it. So it's the theater experience.
Well, so you're saying that the theater experience trumps the poor story and writing? Because that was the problem that I had, is that I'm basically watching Aladdin, well, Wonder Woman version of Aladdin. That's all it was. I don't care about the wishing stone. The wishes made no sense. Then it just, even, there were just so many parts that just made absolutely no sense. When
Max
Wonder
Lord
Woman was which one? She was
Max
fighting,
Lord or Cheetah.
Yeah, when she was fighting Cheetah, that whole relationship seemed to change so quickly. She went from this bumbling fool to now she's Cheetah so fast, and there was no storytelling to get her to that point for me.
Well, she made a wish. I mean, the wish was like that.
Yeah, and then the whole Max Lord thing, that was you're now a wishing stone and you're stealing wishes from everybody, but that's how you live. And it became, for me, I just saw it as a Wonder Woman version of Aladdin. And coming off of the first Wonder Woman, the storytelling was better. And it actually, I mean, because I watched that one at home as well, and I love that one. I love the first Wonder Woman. That was one of my favorite DC films.
Okay, fair enough.
It was just that the storytelling in the second one, and the character development, and some of the overacting. Like, I'm sorry, your son is now trapped somewhere in the middle of a parking lot with toilet paper around you, but you know exactly where he is because after you take away all the wishes, they fly you right there. How? You can't hear him anymore. He's in the middle of a parking lot and can't call you, but yet you just pop up somehow. So there were just so many elements that I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So that's why I just didn't like it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
It had potential. Why did for example, when Wonder Woman fell in love with when they didn't need to bring what's his name back, her lover.
Oh, Steve Trevor.
Yeah, they didn't need to bring Steve back. That didn't make any sense. And then she's sleeping with a random dude who just looks like Steve now. What happens when the wish is gone and Steve disappears? He's this random dude who just now slept with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, all right. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but yeah, okay.
But I just wanted more out of that one because I had high hopes for it too. I had real high hopes, but it just fell flat for me. And that's the thing that's scaring me about Shazam 2. Because Shazam 2 looks like Power Rangers. And that's the scary part. The way that they're I don't know the way that Black Adam looks phenomenal.
Black Adam does look phenomenal, but I hope everything that DJ is saying is not BS. I want Henry. I want to see Henry. I stood up at the end of Shazam when I heard that music play.
Mhm.
And I saw the tray and I saw the suit. I actually stood up in the theater, straight up. I got so happy. You saw Freddy's face, the camera cut up, and then they stopped. That was just a punch in the stomach. I was just, you know what I mean? It was like build up, build up, build up. Oh.
That's DC right now.
I was like, what the hell? I was so angry, so pissed because they play and they played the right music, and I was like,
Yeah.
You know. And DJ is saying, DJ Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, he's saying that Henry's coming, Superman's coming, he's coming. Okay, they work out together, they hang together. Don't let us down. Okay,
Well,
if they're going to have a showdown, they'll give us the showdown.
Did he resign? Because
They said he did. They said he did.
But he's also with Marvel, though.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
he's
did
also
you hear
with
about-
he's also with Netflix with The Witcher.
No, did you hear about I read an article today about what happened with what's my man's name who plays Ted Lasso, Roy Kent's character. He's now playing Hercules in the MCU.
Okay.
So evidently, WB had him sign an aggressive, is trying to push an aggressive contract on him where he cannot play in the MCU. So that's what I'm curious about, is Henry coming back and going to play Superman? Is WB, because they're going through all these financial issues, are they going to force him to either be in the WB only, where he can't play like Captain Britain, Wolverine, or whomever? I want him to play.
He's too
Hyperion.
tall for Wolverine.
Yeah,
they need to. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Yes,
is.
But he's way too tall to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
But if they do Wolverine, they need to get a 4-foot guy that's jacked. Or because Wolverine is short. He's a short Canadian guy that's feral. They need to get Pete Dunne. That's Wolverine.
But I mean, how is the WB or how's DC going to handle if Henry Cavill does sign with the MCU to play somebody? Like I said, I want him to play somebody like Hyperion, or I mean, I could even see him as Nova. But
well, they already had Nova. They had the whole Nova corpse in Guardians of the Galaxy. So, as far as Hyperion, I don't see Henry with blonde hair. No.
True.
White hair, yes. Blonde hair, no. So no, Hyperion is out. Hyperion is out. No. No, no. I mean, I was like upset with Momoa being Aquaman, for crying out loud. I wanted him to be Lobo, but he turned out to be oh my God, he would have been perfect as Lobo.
Yes.
But he said that he was like, you want me to be Aquaman? What the hell? But because he thought he was being cast as Lobo. But it was perfect casting for Aquaman, especially how they explained it. Well, if you were Aquaman, where would you go if you could swim, 200 miles an hour? I'm like, oh, yeah, I would hang out in Hawaii a lot too.
Yeah.
Or Japan. Yeah, that's where I would go. Even though I grew up in Maine, I would definitely go hang out where it's warm, and live off the land. So I would definitely do that. It made total sense.
But he plays the character well, and that's
he does. He does. He plays the New 52 version very well.
Mm-hmm.
Very partying, drinking. Yeah, he plays that version extremely well.
Since we're jumping around, when do you think World War Hulk is coming? Because we've got to have World War Hulk.
I am looking at that statue right now and that action figure right now. One of the greatest storylines of all time.
Yes.
For those of you,
Reed Richards, you've got some of the elements that could come.
They've already started, kind of, sort of, with World War Hulk, with Ragnarok.
Yeah.
They could always do a backstory of it, saying this is what happened, kind of how he became the champion.
You got him in space right now, based on She-Hulk. Is he going to find his son?
Are you talking about the Disney show? No, he's still on Earth.
No.
When did he?
You remember when she called him?
In the last episode last week?
Not last week. It was the week prior, I think it was. But she called him on the phone, and he was in a spaceship. That's why they panned out.
That's right. That's right. The service was horrible.
Yeah.
That's right. He isn't. Yeah.
So is he going to find his
son?
That
could also be a part of Secret Invasion too.
True.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I'm stoked about that. The fact that they're going to do Secret Wars, how they're going to do Secret Wars, I'm curious, because you've got the multiverse and you've got zombies. What's going to happen with Doom? Are they going to do the Secret Wars they just did with Doom controlling Galactus?
I want the original Secret Wars. The original Secret Wars was the only Secret Wars. They should have never done anything else. Seriously. Now, Cavill would be a great Beyonder because he looks like the Beyonder when he came back.
Yeah.
That's the way Zach drew him. I think if they ever did a Secret Wars movie, page for page, they could do it. It'll have to be like Infinity War, 2 movies. And it would definitely have to be 2 movies. And they just have to do it page for page like the comic in order for them to get it right. And they definitely have to bring back Robert Downey and Chris Evans because it won't work otherwise. It will not work with those 2 characters. If they want to tell that story that made people, again, I'm going to use this phrase, fall in love, they definitely have to do that. To see Spidey take out the X-Men, to see the villains actually beat the crap out of everyone. Issue 4, if they want to get issue 4 right and have all the heroes just beat the crap out of them and have the Hulk save them all by holding a mountain on his back until everyone wakes up. Oh my Lord.
I mean, his arm is fixed now, so he might.
I know. I mean, it would be fabulous. And on top of that, I mean, the death of the Wasp, the introduction of Spider-Woman, about Titania, she shows up in Secret Wars, but she's already in. Well, nice of you to show up when we were just about ready to go to bed.
Well, the community decided they wanted to have all kinds of issues, and I knew that Lewis would have fun good you told me, because that's just the kind of
I thought it was 8:00. So Emily Quindorella was with me earlier, so she was going to surprise you both and join us here tonight. So we were backstage. I'm like, Em, I think it's 9. So she had a book. So I'm like up way past my bedtime right now. Where were we? Oh, Secret Wars. I mean, there's so much that they can do if they did it right, and I think it would be fantastic.
But they have so much that they're doing, and that's what's amazing. Like,
well, I mean,
I heard that they signed the so evidently there's a Denzel Washington signing now, but if you're doing the Council of Kangs, is he going to go into that council?
Maybe, because I think he'll be a fantastic villain.
Yeah,
fantastic villain.
Oh my god!
And now, if you really think about it, CW, when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, they did it brilliant. They did it not the way Perez and Wolfman wrote it and created it, but they did a damn good job.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it wasn't exactly Annie Hall of television, but they did a damn good job, and everyone tuned in to watch it. So it was like, wow, this was fantastic. And I'm going to tell that to Mel in a couple of weeks next time I see him. I'll be with him at Rhode Island Comic Con. So it was like, wow, that was just beautiful. And it was just a damn good. It was that one whole miniseries was just beautiful. So if they can do that for TV, if they're going to do the Secret Wars the way it should be done, I'm sure Disney can do it for a movie.
I mean, I'm with all the What If series that's now tying back into the main timeline, and you've also got all the Disney shows. Like Moon Knight is about to pop up somewhere else.
Oh my god, Moon Knight was horrible.
Oh, I love Moon Knight just because.
Oh my god, it was so bad. It sucked.
I love the fact how he played the character. I enjoyed that.
It sucked so. But now Jack, excuse me 1 second. Jack Purcell, who we talked about earlier, and Mark, I know I am so sorry. I have to get you that sizzle reel of Faces and Heels. It's on my auditing, my editing palette. I have to get this to you. His one of his good friends designed the Mr. Knight costume in the comics, and he worked with him. He inked a couple of the pages of that. So, but I couldn't do it. It was just so bad.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
But I'm digging She-Hulk. I love She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk is amazing.
She-Hulk.
What's that?
She-Hulk is my show. Things like that. Are you going to go see Frozen and taking your kids to it? Because I saw it at the DPAC, our local area, for about a month and a half.
No.
He's like, no, not gonna have the kids watching Frozen. No. I like that answer.
All done with nope, not doing Frozen anymore.
You're frozen out?
Yeah, I'm thawed. But I'm loving She-Hulk, and I'm curious where they're going to take She-Hulk. Which group are they going to put She-Hulk in? Is she going to be a part of the Avengers?
Well, she was also a part of the Fantastic Four. She was also part of the Defenders and Secret Defenders. I think they keep dropping hints that she's a part of the Avengers. So I do not think she'll be a part of the FF, only because they're going to put the original FF in there. They're going to put, they're going to bring the original FF in. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Avengers if she goes into a group, because
I completely forgot because you brought it up. No, could she go to the Defenders? You got Daredevil. They supposedly have Jessica Jones coming.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Punisher coming.
Well, Punisher was never a part of a group. He was never
the random dude.
Exactly. But he was a part of Civil War. He was protecting everyone in Civil. If you read the original books, he was protecting everybody.
Mhm.
And like everyone was like, who's doing this? And it was Frank Castle. If I just hope they don't water him down for Disney. That's what I'm
Me too.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't want the Dolph Lundgren Punisher. I don't want that.
He sucks.
I do not. Well, it's all we had back in '88. But I just don't want that version. I'll take the Thomas Jane version, yes, but I do not want the Dolph Lundgren version of Punisher. She could be a part of the Defenders or the Secret Defenders, because Wong can always take place of Doctor Strange and the Secret Defenders, so she could be a part of that if they are going to bring her a part of the team. Because in the comics, the Sensational She-Hulk, she wasn't a part of a team. When that book got canceled, they put her in the FF and in the Avengers. So there's a big thing right there. I don't know.
But then you've also got, so they've got Iron Fist, who they've gotten.
Oh my God, that show sucked. No. We're just gonna forget about Iron Fist. We're gonna forget about it. The show sucked.
Here's the positive on it.
Wait. What, Mark?
It was that bad?
Oh my God. I couldn't even get past episode 3. The guy's still falling off the building. They wrecked that character. So it was like Danny Rand is you suck. That was horrible.
The positive on it though is they've introduced an Asian.
That it ended? They got canceled? That was the positive for me.
Well, no, I'm talking about the new comic, because they just introduced the new Danny Rand, who's an Asian, who's of Asian descent. So are they going to introduce Danny Rand in Shang-Chi?
Maybe. I thought Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings were awesome. I thought that movie was great.
That was a fun.
I did. It was very fun. And it was great to see
old kung fu movies, and that's what I really, really enjoyed.
Well, so was the comic. I mean, Master of Kung Fu was fantastic. Because, I mean, originally it started off in magazine form, in the Planet of the Apes, all of those magazine forms. And then it transitioned into what we know as comics today. And Mike Zeck's covers were just like beautiful because he drew Bruce Lee on every cover. And it was just fantastic.
Do we have any bad spoofs out there? Because I know that there used to be, like, there's King of the Hill and stuff like that. But I remember being the old man in the family, the old Kung Fu Fooey, which was a bad spoof of karate movies and everything. So we have any bad comics that are like Kung Fu Fooey back in the day?
You mean Hong Kong Fooey?
Hong Kong Fooey, number 1 super guy. Hong Kong Fooey, quicker than the human eye. Hong Kong Fooey, number 1 super guy.
Exactly.
I know the whole theme song, Mark, and you're probably not even surprised, are you?
I'm not surprised in the least bit. I'm not surprised in the least bit. Just like I like the idea about Denzel being a villain, and I have another person that I don't think has ever played the comic villain, but I think he could pull it off. What do y'all think about the idea of Morgan Freeman as a villain?
He was. Morgan Freeman was a villain in Mark Miller's movie Wanted. Yeah. Wanted was based on the comic, and Morgan Freeman was the villain in it.
Oh, wow.
I was mad at that movie, though.
What's that?
I was mad at Wanted.
Why? Wanted?
I enjoyed the movie, but Wanted the comic? Good gosh.
It was so much more violent. Oh, my God. It was just like bullet to the head. It was like so much more violent in the movie.
Mark, they had one character who was a pile of poo, and he killed a man by liquefying himself in a car.
Wow. So he suffocated the poop.
Yeah, watch Mark.
He was as strong as Superman and was brilliant until he got hit in the head. He became so it was just they poked fun at so many things. They didn't care. It was like, hey, we got these crazy superheroes.
So diarrhea as a weapon. I like it.
Yeah. Wanted.
They were villains. All of them.
Yeah. They're hitmen. And Morgan Freeman was their leader. Watch it, Mark. Wanted. I believe it's on Netflix.
Okay.
But they taught their assassins to curve the bullet.
Mhm.
So when they shot the gun, and the bullets went around corners.
Wow.
It's pretty
the
wild.
comic book, when they drew when the artist drew the main character Mark, which was actually kind of interesting, he drew. It was supposed to be Eminem that played the role because that's who he drew him like.
Wow.
Yep, so it's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
Killed me, though. Superman, they couldn't kill him, but they took his cape and hid it in the little case behind everything. That was the treasure that every villain wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Superman's cape. Why not?
One of my favorite comic series.
I'll have to check that one
It
out.
was just so messed up.
How many comics do you have, Lewis? Because I've been wanting that ever since Kim and Nick and them found you. Because I'm thinking you've got to have close to like several thousand, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands.
Okay, so far, and this is going to be my swan song because 4 o'clock is going to come up very quickly. At the moment, cataloged on my phone, because I just got some comics in today that I
What do you use to catalog it?
CLZ.
Okay.
CLZ is what I. What's that?
Are you paying for that service? Paying for that one, or?
Yeah, it's like $12 a year. Right now, Mark, in my phone catalog for my collection, I have 7,881 comics, not including what came in today. 1,071 series.
Okay.
And but I have to put in what came in today because I have all these
That just came in.
all those I have to catalog.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you?
No,
ever
they
read-
all did not just come in today. I just
Right.
have to I have to put them in. Either people sent them to me. Joe St. Pierre from Marvel sent me a get well gift because of what happened to me. I have to put them in, and I got some other stuff I got to put in.
Did you ever
So-
read I Hate Fairyland?
No, I did
Ooh.
not.
Okay, Lewis, you've got to find that one. That is
Okay.
your project before the next time we talk, because
Okay.
you will love that series. I think it's I Hate Fairy Tale Land.
Fairy Tale Land. You should read. You should read.
I Hate Fairyland.
See, I told Kim that she needs to read the new Zodiac because she came up to me with oh my God, Lewis, I have this idea for a new character. I'm like, it's already been taken, and you should read it. It's called the new Zodiac. That is done by Joe St. Pierre. You should another book that you should read is Malice and Mistletoe. That is fantastic. That's done by Jack Purcell. And what is another good indie book that I would recommend?
So what's the most obsolete comic that you've got, and what's one that's still on your wish list that you have heard about that you want to get a copy of that nobody's giving you a copy of?
My God. Obsolete, let's see. Comic on my wish list.
There it is, right
Main.
there. It is so.
Oh my God. Okay, I'll have to find that.
The
I will
whole premise
definitely-
of it is that so everybody's done the whole Alice in Wonderland stuff,
Yep.
and this is similar because you remember the video game that came out from Alice that was basically
Yep.
a horror movie about Alice. It
Yeah,
was a great
PS2
game.
on PS2. Yep.
Yep, great game, one of my favorites. But this is a similar tale, but a dark, humored version of it.
Okay.
At one point in the comic, she shoots half the moon. 'Cause it's like, this is dumb. This is really bad. And instead of curse words, she's yelling out fluffernutter and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's hilarious.
Okay. I will definitely check that out. Now to answer Mark's. Jeez. If there's a comic I want to read, Mark, I just have to like. This is gonna make me sound horrible. If there's like an indie comic that I want to read, I probably know someone who knows the creator, and all I have to do is call, and I can get her either a PDF or a reader.
Gotcha.
So it's like that's not a challenge. It's like tonight on Angry Geeks, you'll be getting the episode probably tomorrow.
Okay.
We just had a creator from Australia on, and he actually worked with a friend of mine that I didn't even know, who did a really cool story called Confederate Frankenstein, where what if the Confederate Army had took Frankenstein, and the Union soldiers had to grab Frankenstein and bring him over. It's a fantastic story. And that's how how we won the Civil War, because we took Frankenstein away from them. But Dave Schwartz is the artist of that. And because Frankenstein became the hero of the Union to win the Civil War. And he goes, yeah, I work with Dave Schwartz. I'm like, oh my God, Dave is an awesome artist. And so I was like, wow, no, that's pretty cool. And he's all the way in Australia, and we had this common person. So it's like, if I wanted to, like a book, I would just have to, I can network, and I can get that book.
Is there like a region of the world that you think that they might have some comics that you haven't got to, like maybe Greenland or Nigeria or someplace?
Maybe Japan. Maybe. I know when we start really airing in Japan, I'll be like, bring me comics, send me comics. Well, we already have fans in Japan. Crap. I don't know. I really don't know.
I think Nick is trying to get us into Japan. He so probably has some sort of translator program that they're experimenting
Yeah,
with today with Portuguese.
He told me that.
Yeah. So we'll see if that works. Maybe we can get some Japanese fans.
On an interesting note, by the way, I had to pull up this one because that shows you the cursing that they'll do if you read her shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Fluff off. It's just stupid. So, on an interesting note, speaking of Japan, in Japan you have the Japanese animated movies, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
correct.
in China, you have Chinese animated movies.
Mm-hmm.
When you say the word anime, you're mainly referring to Japanese animated movies.
Correct.
In China, or if you're talking about the Chinese animated movies, they're called donhuas.
They're called what?
Donhuas.
Yep. I had to learn that because there was actually, since again, I like my anime, which you have to not only read One Punch Man. I don't know if you've read it yet.
Yep.
Okay. One of the
and I watched the anime.
Oh, I love it. One of my favorites. One, I was looking up different animes and trying to find something new to watch, and then I found this one called Fog Hill of the Five Elements. There are only 4 episodes that I could find, but it is animated beautifully. It's one of the, it's phenomenal. But there are only 4 episodes that I was able to find. But it is a Chinese animated film. And so when I was looking up animes and I was looking up the wrong thing and found out, this is a Chinese animated film and it's called Donghua. And so I was able to find a ton of other Donghua that are out there. But Fog, if they ever actually released all of the other ones, because it came out in 2019 or 2020. And it's a beautifully animated series. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, please do. And Lewis, tell me why you're doing that. Lewis, this past weekend I was at a Street Festival. It's one that we have here every year when we're not in the middle of something. And I'm not sure if there was a character artist there, but I know at one of the other festivals I did, there was a character artist. And I think that some people have this notion that any character artist should be able to draw a comic, and they probably wonder why character artists aren't also comics. But I'm thinking that the two, while they look similar, aren't as similar as they look. So I'd love to hear your explanation for those that think that a character artist should just be able to draw a comic.
Drawing comics and drawing characters are two different things, because you have to know perspectives. It's like we have, oh my God, that is beautiful. Working with Jack every week on Faces and Heels on the wrestling podcast, of course, Jack works. Dude, that is beautiful.
Yeah, like I said, I'm hooked on this. I've got to find everything about this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I wish they would release it somewhere. It's just tough to find.
Not only does Jack work with DC, Marvel, and Disney, he also teaches art in school, at the local college. And he tries to tell them, it's like the old lineage, since we're watching animated martial arts, practicing and fighting is two different things.
Right.
It's the same thing when it comes to art. You have to know your anatomy. So if you can just draw a face, that's fine. But you're going to have to draw your body being an action shot. You're going to have to draw a building. You're going to have to draw a background. There's a lot more to drawing comics, because you're actually telling a story opposed to just drawing a picture. You're going to have to draw emotion. You're drawing action shots. You're drawing what your dialogue is saying. So it's like character drinking water. You're actually drawing the character drinking water, or the character dodging a bullet. You're drawing the character having his lungs ripped out. It's totally different. You're drawing anatomy plus action instead of just drawing this.
Yeah. And y'all
So it's pardon?
No, it's saying,
It's two different things.
Yeah, I agree. And so some people want to make things simpler than they probably are.
Correct. It's just like the old, like I said, practicing and fighting, two different things. Like, say, a basketball player, they can dribble that ball, or a soccer player can kick that ball. Okay, that's fine. Go out in the field and try to do that when someone else is trying to take the ball away. Can you actually do that? Yeah. Bruce Lee used to say that all the time. Practicing and fighting, two different things. Boards don't hit back.
Yeah, that was his big saying.
Yeah. And to use Jacoby's other sport that he's in, because he commentates for the local minor league baseball team, I'm sure that it is real easy to hit that pitching machine when it's throwing at you, because you may be able to time it versus the actual pitcher throwing you his pitch and adding his touches to it that are the human touch. That would be my guess, even though those pitching machines are kind of fast.
See what I mean? This is just freaking
But this is
beautiful.
amazing.
He wasn't even paying attention.
No, I know that's
Yeah, I wasn't even listening. I just get hooked on my show. I'm sorry, Mark.
Well, gentlemen, I am about ready to turn into a pumpkin, because 4 a.m. is going to come very quickly. And I do have to go take... What's that?
I was saying, yeah, it's definitely going to come early.
Yeah, and I have to go take my medicine before my wife comes out of the bedroom and yells at me, because I still not all the way out of the woods yet, and they don't think I'm going to be out of the woods for a while, so I do have to go take my medicine.
All right, yeah.
Definitely go take care of yourself, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I will. And Mark, we're going to be at a convention in 2 weeks, and so you're going to have some good footage.
Oh, cool.
We're going to be at the Angry Geeks. Are going to be at Super Mega Fest, and then we're gearing up for Rhode Island Comic Con. So at Rhode Island Comic Con, we're going to be working with the normal people, plus Stephen Amell, and I don't know who else we're going to be working with, but
And
it's
the-
going to be. What's that?
And the wrestling should be coming soon, because I know people that are.
Yeah, I know. I have to get that sizzle reel together, because Jack is even. But did you send over the sizzle reel yet? No. but I will I will send you over that because we just had O'Shea Edwards on last week. We had Ashley Vox on the week before, and this week we have some other guy. And the week before that we had Rip Bison. So every week Jack is booking someone, and he's constantly asking me when I'm getting that together. And so I'm like, yeah, I will definitely get that together for you. So I promise you by this weekend you'll have a sizzle reel about 30 seconds or 60 seconds. What do you want?
60 seconds if you can do that, but I'll take 30.
Yeah.
60.
All right. I can get you a couple about 60 seconds.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you very much for having me as a guest tonight on the Gamers Den, even though we didn't even talk about no video games at all. It was all wrestling.
You know, wrestling, comics. As a gamer, I'm all
And-
into it all.
Just remember, the Angry Geeks is #1, and you got to acknowledge me. Please watch the Angry Geeks on Pod TV and Pod TV on demand. You gotta write these guys, email them, tell them to put the Angry Geek Show on there so you can see me, Jamie Dolan, Ali Montgomery, Jack Purcell, Quinderella on demand. I send them 2 links and descriptions. Tell them, put them on demand. So, I mean, I look at the views and I see we're up there with Gamers Den. So we got to get the Gamers Den and Angry Geeks on Pod TV, Roku, Amazon on demand. You got to tell Mark, that guy right there, over there, up there, right there. Tell him, get us on demand. Get the news off there.
Well, it's on the live, but definitely I'm looking forward to it. We got them more consistently because I know that the early ones were shifting around, but yes, it is on its regular time. So definitely looking forward to seeing you on, and definitely I know a lot of folks will be amazed watching your interviews because you've had some amazing ones, including those comic book creators and as well as some of the characters and others. So it is definitely a show that needs to be watched, just like the Gamers Den. So definitely we're gonna make sure that everybody is watching all these great shows and everything. Hey, and y'all don't know this, but we added another one, and I've got to get him to come on the Gamers Den as well as the Angry Geek. But we've got the Skeptical Metaphysics. So we've actually got people that are exploring paranormal. So they had the whole thing on karma on this past Saturday. So we're getting all kinds
Wow.
of cool and interesting.
I'm down for that one. Because, yeah, I'll definitely talk about, especially what Halloween being around. Anyway, thank you guys. I got to go to bed because I'm like tired and I got to take my medicine. But everyone be safe. I love you all. Tune in, have fun. And I want to come back here again, hopefully when I have like a Tuesday off so I could stay up even later.
Anytime.
But-
And if you ever get bored and need a game, this game is addictive and just stupid.
And it,
You're just marking.
thank you very much. Be safe, everyone. And Mark, I told you I'd be here tonight.
You did. I got that email. You said you were going to be here. When I popped in before the computer decided to go crazy, I was like, Lewis kept his word. He's here. Now my computer went going crazy. So, fortunately, the computer cooperated after a while. But I did know that you and Jacoby would have good chemistry and all of that. I hate that he did not get to meet one of your co-hosts, but maybe that'll be the next time. Definitely.
The next time, definitely. Like I said, Emily was waiting. I was like, it's 9:00, not 8. I got one last thing to say before I leave. Acknowledge me. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you again. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
All right, Lewis, always remember, slap it to a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, because I'm the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. Yeah, I'm the tower. I'm the man of the hour. Yeah, because the cream always rises to the top. Yeah, I soared with the eagles. I slithered with the snakes. I've been everywhere in between. But yeah, I am your friend. So shake my hand one more time and watch your step. Yeah. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Oh, boy. What games you been playing today, Jacoby?
Oh, this is the you suck at parking. I'm horrible at this game.
Wait a minute. Did you mean there's a game that you are horrible at? You are good at all games. You mean there's actually a game that you suck at almost as bad as I do the drawing game?
Well, this one is silly because the whole point of I missed it. The whole point of the game, wrong way, is you're supposed to park. You drive your car around.
And you're supposed to park the car, right?
Yep. I got to make it to the parking spot. Almost hit that. If I
Yeah.
stop and stand still for a little bit, then I park. There's no reverse. You just got to drive.
So I'm assuming this game is not going to be good for those like myself that don't drive. It's kind of like, operations. It's not a good game for doctors, for non-doctors to be practicing on, because if you're like me, you're going to kill half your patients.
No, this game is good for anybody. All you do is just try and make it to the parking spot. No.
Yeah, but you say it's good for everybody, Jacoby, but I'm thinking it's like operation. In operation, you had to have at least some decent eye-hand coordination because you did not want to have that little sizzle that meant that the patient was gone. And I'm thinking with parking, you also need some good eye-hand coordination.
No, this one you just try and drive. I keep running into stuff.
I think I can probably pull that one off.
It's just a puzzle game. That's really all this is. I was so close.
We're close, but no cigar.
Whoa, I don't want to get close to that. The magnet is killing me. Make it around. I tried to cheat. I got 9 seconds to at least make it to 1. And I'm not going to do it. But yeah, this is, you suck at parking. All it is, like I said, is just a straight puzzle game. And I made it though. I just passed it. Had to retry. I mean, it's a silly puzzle game, but it's a fun puzzle game.
Silly.
There's one. I just got to figure out how to get past this one. Wonder.
Well, since he was here, I guess I should tell folks when his show is. The Angry Geeks is actually Saturdays at 7, and the Skeptic Metaphysician, which is the paranormal show, is Friday at 4.
So when is he going to start the other show?
The wrestling show is supposed to be Saturday as well, and that's supposed to be Saturday at 5.
Okay.
Like 2 hours before his current show. Which is actually similar to what Chris Jericho does. Because Chris actually does back-to-back shows with Lead with Love, which you were on, which is at the Data Show is at 2, and Lead with Love is at 3.
Okay.
So, yeah. On Thursdays. Chris actually has 3 shows as well, which does the world too, because he's of the opinion that a lot of people have no clue where these places are, including China and Mongolia. He breaks down that's supposed to be one for tomorrow, which will be on Mongolia and China.
Yeah, we got games tomorrow.
Okay, games tomorrow?
Yep.
The game is in plural.
This isn't going to work out too well for me.
You said games is in plural, so there's a double header?
No. The homestand starts back up tomorrow.
But it's a homestand, just one game tomorrow, and then a game on Wednesday, then a game Thursday, and a game Friday, and a game Saturday, and a game Sunday.
Yeah.
How much of the season is left?
This is the last homestand.
This is the last homestand. Gotcha. I think the last time I asked you, they were in first place. Are we still in playoff position, or are where are we at in the race?
So we're in playoffs.
That's what I meant. We are in the playoff.
Potentially, it all depends on what happens. Ooh, I can make it around them.
On this particular on this particular homestand and the road games.
Yeah, because let me see if I can figure out how we are. Let's see. All right, JM. We are still in first place. We're a game and a half up. So if we close out this series, we stay a game and a half up. because Scranton. I don't know who Scranton's playing, but as long as we win this series with Charlotte coming up. Well, no, it's the Tides. Yeah, we got to play Norfolk, and Norfolk is 8 games behind us.
Okay.
They can't catch us,
They can't catch us.
but I completed them all. But they can't catch us. But it just depends on
If they need a good laugh, I will provide. I'm not going to provide a spelling laugh this time. I will provide another good laugh in a matter of a second or so once I find it, and all along those lines. So hold on, see if I can't find it in all of that space. Everybody needs a good laugh, including our fans on the show and everything. So hold on one second. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Yes, yours truly was attempting to dance at Center Best along with Mike Woodard and the rest of the gang. So there it is and everything. So if you don't want to see me making a fool of myself,
he was dancing.
dance.
Get that boogie on, Mark. That's all right.
Give my dance ball. Good. Huh?
Shaking that money maker.
I was shaking that money maker. Right next to Mike Woodard, it's another money maker shaker. I was shaking that money maker. How did the public get my dance before? Kirk sent me that picture. I've now shared it with thousands.
Oh, you put it back here now. I
What?
just got a text that I had to answer.
Got a text? How's the plan
Yeah.
on that spot? Are we going to have it open by the spring of next year?
So still working on that. I've got some meetings and other things I got to tie up. I'm putting together a packet to start putting together some investors. And once the investment part of it comes into play, then I can go ahead and get the construction going, and then the spot will open up. I'm also having meetings with the owner of the bottom floor currently to make sure that I can go ahead and acquire that as well, because that bottom floor will turn out to be the VR section, and that VR section will be not only a VR escape room, but also it'll have the ability to, when people keeping up with the times is the point of this facility.
Right.
If we in Durham say that we're progressive and try and think ahead of the curve, having something like this, especially the way that it's going to lay out, it will be ahead of the curve because it's all about education. Gaming is one thing, but there has to be an end game, and that end game is that education side. So
I'm sure it will come along, and I have no doubt it'll be there. It'll be a success.
well, hopefully.
Yeah, I went. I think it was last week. I went, not this past week, but the week before. But I had never actually got a chance to see. It might have been about a week ago. It might have been last Tuesday. But I actually got a chance to look at the podcasting studio that is downtown Durham in Queens. It's actually not a little bad podcasting studio they got in the back of their bar, but it's literally in like a space that's not much bigger than some people's closet.
Oh, I haven't even seen. And see, where is it at?
It's in, where the Durham Hotel is, and right next to that is that bar or one of those bars called Kingfisher or something like that.
Yeah.
And then right next to it is Queenies. It's in the back of Queenies.
Okay. Because hopefully the way this arena works out, hopefully the way the arena will work out, because there has to be capabilities of streaming and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. It will allow for the ability for, if you can't get into the podcasting studio there, okay, well, you can utilize the facility a few doors down to also do podcasts.
Yep.
So
exactly. I think Daryl's going to start using Queenie because we might be having. There's a couple of new shows coming up. One of them is a show about the Latin American community called Que Pasa, and another one is I forgot what his name became. He organized like a show around science and stuff like that. Science exploration.
Okay.
So that'd be cool.
I have no idea how to get past this one.
Yep, they have got you.
Oh, I made it past it. And I can't. Son of a gun. No. I was so close. Yeah. See, Mark, this is just one of those puzzle games that's frustrating, but fun.
It's frustrating.
No, almost not it. Last car. Oh Lord, I don't know where I'm going.
There is gaming news again in the world.
There's lots of games
in the world because they say the GTI 6 leak is the latest of many in gaming history. So I guess somebody has more information about a game.
You mean GTA 6?
GTA 6, yes, exactly.
Yep, Grand Theft Auto 6. Yep, that's on the way.
Well, apparently they've been hacked.
What?
Apparently they've been hacked. Rockstar Games confirmed that they had been hacked by an outside source, which over the weekend revealed footage of Grand Theft Auto 6 in development. Someone uploaded dozens of videos online showing off the in-progress title, revealing previously reported details as well as completely new stuff. And apparently they did it by accessing the company Slack. Also claim that they have the GTI 6 source code and will upload it.
Yeah, it's not good.
Apparently Nintendo was hacked as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much money in all the computers and everything else, but it sucks because that's gonna create an extra expense on the game and gonna delay the game even more.
Causing troubles again.
I made it. Look at there, Mark. I'm parking, Mark. I did it. See, I like this game. It's tough. It's a good puzzle game. No. I didn't make that one. Oh, I didn't know there was one over here, Mark. Look at that. I'm parking. That would push me off.
Some new funding. Too bad we got to get involved in counterterrorism to get the money.
Who's involved in counterterrorism?
We have to get I found some new money, but apparently we got to get involved in counterterrorism because it says last December the United Nations warned of an overlooked but critical emergency terrorist threat. Extremists were radicalizing members of online gaming communities. Despite ample interest in saving gamers from such explorations, experts say that a lack of research funding on the topic has put the gaming industry behind social networks when it comes to counterterrorism efforts. That's starting to change, though. When this past week, researchers told ARS that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has, for the first time, awarded funding, nearly $700,000, to a research group working directly with major gaming companies to develop effective counterterrorism methods and protect vulnerable gamers. So apparently, they are giving money to some people to do research to make sure that folks don't get caught up by the terrorists that want to recruit them through video games.
I mean, there's a lot of problems or a lot of things that can go on in a video game. I mean, as you see, I'm having to do this with the Game Pass. If I download a new game, then I have to go through particular things to allow me in. And there are tons of hacks. So if you download a game from, for example, like Steam, I love it. One of the best apps to download games, or one of the best stores and everything. But there are some games that are questionable on there.
There once was a dream world.
And you
in
can
which
end up
familiar
downloading,
friends from the most
well,
remote
not on Steam, but on some of the other areas out there, you can end up downloading some viruses and get your computer hacked, get your identity stolen, and a whole bunch of other stuff.
and the world
That makes sense. And the other article I saw was apparently they're trying to rake, and I guess that's what that audio was there for a minute, the best gaming chairs.
powered
So I guess you have a specific gaming chair in your house?
Me?
Yeah, you.
this
Kind of,
dream
sort of.
can grow back into something magical.
Wow, I
You
was
designed
so
for
close to
gaming,
winning.
or you just converted the chair that you was a regular chair into your gaming chair?
Where you'll have
So you can, I mean, there are some nice gaming chairs. There really are.
could get fun
You can spend a ton of money on them.
everyone.
And some people do spend a lot of money on those gaming chairs. I don't,
Find yourself at home.
because I don't have that kind of money.
I know that. Well, wait a minute. You told me that you were related to both the Queen and to Elon Musk. You're supposed to have a lot of money.
Nah, I wish. You know, if I had that kind of money, I'd be good. But no, I ain't got that kind of money. That's your kind of portion money.
Oh, that's your money. They told me that you were secretly related to the Rothschilds. Now you are totally shattering my myths and everything. It's very wrong of you. You told me to shatter my myths.
No,
I thought
no.
you were related to the Rothschilds.
No, I'm broke. Call me the broke child.
The Rothschild. You the broke Rothschild.
I'm just broke child.
Rothschild. He's the broke child.
But this is a new game from Disney.
He's got a new game.
Yep, Disney got a brand new game that came out with. Display one. Ultra. Yeah, okay. I don't know what the controls are. Invert camera. Yeah, we might go invert the camera. General, sound. All right, new game. But this is a brand new game from Disney. There's a game called Stardew Valley, which a lot of people are playing. Let's see. No. There we go. That's gonna be me. You can.
I'm looking at the Disney game. I found some money that we can actually get. Something called VoxPox Games, which runs a game store for indies, has announced a fund to support indie game development. So it also named somebody as their chairman, but apparently they want to give some money for you to create a game. They say they want to get the gaming market by creating systems for smaller content creators to prop up one another with peer-to-peer marketing and ad monetization. So they want you to create a game and then, I guess, make the money off of the ads.
Yeah. And a lot of times those ads are where, you run into the problems. Add me a beard if I need to. Beard, mustache. No, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to do that. Look at there. Put that beard on. How we're gonna dress, Mark? Hairstyle. That's what I need.
I get the hairstyle.
Hey, look at there. I can do the Afro puffs. Do some dreadlocks.
You want to do Afro puffs? Now you can do dreadlocks.
Let's do that right there.
Maybe it's one of your friends.
Body type. Nope. See, now I'm designing my kid. There you go, Mark. Right there. Look at there. Do me some eyebrows. How my eyebrows gonna look? There we go, Mark. I think I'm gonna look all right. No, I don't want those. Don't want those. We're gonna go with those. No, not those. Not those. No.
There's Anne Pereira is apparently a fan of facial hair.
There's a what?
Our new fan on Twitch who said first hello, and then they said that you got to have the facial hair.
Oh, I gotta have some facial hair? Okay, we'll add some facial hair.
That's what they said.
We'll do some facial hair. Look at that. No, there we go, right there. I think we'll go with that one. That one works.
That works.
Little mustache at the top. I don't know. I don't like the bald look. I need to throw some hair on top of the head.
Hair on top of the head. Well, you said you were gonna go with dreads a minute ago.
Well, I don't know. That might be all right though.
Because I'm not really feeling the Afro pops.
Oh, ready. There we go. And oh, I can do face paint. You can do face paint. Oh, look there. I can put the Mickey thing on. I'll do the Mickey thing. Oh, face paint color. No. No.
You gonna give them shades?
I'm gonna do that one. We're gonna do that one. I think that's gonna work right there. I think that's gonna work.
No shades?
No, can't do shades. We'll start this out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Game Club presents.
Our story begins with an ending.
But this just came out
Time to leave the city behind.
last week or the week before last.
Yearning for a pause from life's responsibilities. You arrive at a familiar place.
Not the familiar place.
A quick stroll along a nearby path leads you to a spot where,
There's also another couple of games. So the Xbox Game Pass, I really enjoy it.
and with a touch of imagination,
They had a bunch of games on there that I like.
come true.
I don't feel like doing the PlayStation one.
Finding the perfect
They had
place
cool
in the
stickers.
past, you begin remembering these long dreams and drift off to sleep.
But I think this is one of those harvester games where you basically, well, like Farmville, and where there's a time set for particular things, and
Like there's a season.
yeah. Because I've never played this one before.
That makes sense.
By the way, if you didn't notice, Buffalo destroyed Tennessee today, 44-7.
In the Monday night game?
Yep. Philadelphia and Minnesota are playing right now. Philadelphia is going to win.
By what score?
24-7 right now.
That is not good. That means I'm gonna take another L in fantasy because
I need the Philadelphia
I needed
tight end to catch a touchdown.
Say what?
I just need the Philadelphia tight end just to catch one touchdown.
I needed Justin to catch a bunch of touchdowns, and if they only got one score, then he only got maybe one, if that.
I mean, if Minnesota scores, then Philly has to score again, which would be great. Like this, my spectacles enchanted. Of course I'm real.
I'm sure Derek went off. Yeah, that sounds like another L. Oh,
Because Dalvin Cook's not doing anything for me.
but I didn't have Dalvin Cook, but I had I think he had Derrick Henry, and I know I had Justin. So, and I was hoping that Justin would go off and Derrick would not. It sounded like the opposite happened.
Well, he's got the Minnesota defense, and I've got the Philadelphia tight end. If I score, if Philadelphia scores with him catching the ball for a couple of yards, I could possibly win.
You could still pull off a victory.
I mean, I've got a shot, but it's a tough shot. He just has to catch a touchdown. That's all.
Well,
I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me. I haven't met anyone in ages. Ahem. Welcome to Dreamlight Valley, my friend. Dreamlight Valley. This place is strangely beautiful.
Yeah, 14 points. That's not what happened.
Quite understandable. Why in all my travels? Found it okay. This is having me read a lot. It's good for kids. In its present state, however, it's a sorry sight indeed.
That's okay.
Oh, but I haven't introduced myself yet, and I'm wondering, who am I? You're Merlin. It's so strange. I almost feel like I know you. You're a great and powerful wizard, right? Well, yes, but not any wizard. I'm a soothsayer. Okay, procrastinator. And I'm quite skilled at alchemy. And me, I'm Toby. There's a lot of reading in this game. I want to get to the gameplay. I wish they would have used voice on here, but it's okay. Magic me hideaway. Yes, we'll say magic.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that you and Lewis were able to hook up, but I'm gonna find me a drink and also get ready to get out of here. I mean, you can still stick around and do the gamers den all night long, but I got like 2 hours of sleep, so I know that my body's telling me it's sleepy time.
Well, I mean, we can call it a night because we are coming up on 2 hours.
Yep, let's do that.
I mean, you did show up late.
And I do apologize for being late. I told you I'm always gonna be late because of hate time.
Oh yeah. I was only picking.
I knew you were, but I was not expecting to be that late. But when I came in, I was like, the computer decided it wants to freeze up. That ain't right. I know that Frozen is in the neighborhood, but it's not supposed to be impacting the gamers there.
I did see you pop up and then disappear. But okay. But yeah, we'll call it a night. We'll call it a night.
We'll go ahead. I'm
gonna hit the close. I'm gonna hit the button.
Hit the button.
All right.
All right.